1. It's the Golden Homes National Fastpitch Championship, known as the NFC. I'm Jason Gerbies, aka Chopper, joining me in the booth for this game number 43, critical matchup here as we head towards the semi-final tonight between Auckland and Hawke's Bay. Joining me is my man, Auckland Hawke's Bay. What are we going to see?
Final tonight, so we'll see a bit of a different lineup there for Auckland. We'll get the chance to see young Tane Slaughter on the mound to Max Early. And this is Hawke's Bay, a good chance for them. This is their first game on Diamond 1 this weekend. So it's a good chance for them to put some runs on the board against a younger Auckland team than we've seen this week.
Well, indeed, and fantastic. Let's have a look at the batting lineup for Hawke's Bay now. That'll be their first team to bat. They're visiting the boys from Hawke's Bay. And top to bottom, Jacob Zurcher will lead off here. Left-handed ex-junior Black Sox. Hawaii Puketapu ranging at centre field, hits 2. Adam Moyne will hit from south to pitcher in the 3 spot. Hugh Davies will be hitting clean-up. Brody Boyce, he's been outstanding in the DP role for the Hawke's Bay boys, hitting 5. Tarangi Chadwicks, Tobias McKesey, and Waiani Crawford rounds out the batting order with Daniels Green. That's Hawke's Bay for you. Defensively for Auckland now, it's Bradley Bennett, Connor Peden, and Alfonso Vanikovas left to right in the outfield. Campbell Anoka in the hot corner. Reece Evans, we'll talk about that in a bit. He's getting the start at shortstop. Thomas Anoka, Seth Gibson at second and first base. Max Early behind the dish. Tane Slaughter will be the starter. Before we get to Slaughter, Reece Evans getting a start at shortstop.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised to see Evans at shortstop, but I was surprised to see which Evans it was at short. Obviously Cole having a rest this game, and obviously Ben Anoka having a rest this game. We see Tommy out there, we see Campbell out there, not in the outfield, he's playing third base.
There you go, something different cooking in the kitchen from Auckland. And boy oh boy, strap yourselves in. Here we go. Hawke's Bay v Auckland. First pitch swinging is Jacob Zurcher. Tane Slaughter, big tall right-hander on the hill for Auckland. Tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, Slaughter out of the Ramblers Club. Currently they're number 3 behind Chapman and Twigden. Pitches for their reserves team, but throws very hard. And he's done well so far. We saw him on day 1 here on Diamond 1. On this NFCs, and now he gets another chance back here on this day 3.
Well, that's it. It's all about opportunities, isn't it? And it's his opportunities. He's coming from the junior program. Tane Slaughter, we saw him a couple of cycles ago for the junior Black Sox at Prince Albert, picking up the bronze medal in that event of the World Cup. And now, as he's maturing at a young age, on the big show here in the NFC, starting against Hawke's Bay.
And he's just like the other 2 tall right-handers from Ramblers. Big, tall, throws hard, leans back. Watch him get into his work here.
Jacob Zurcher
great start.
sees a hard drop ball on the outside edge, goes down in flames.
Oh, he swung at it.
Great start by Tane Slaughter in this game. Always good to get your first one as a strikeout for a pitcher. And good job too by Max Early, throwing both inside and outside.
Young catcher is early, but boy, he's making waves in the senior program already. Tried through and through. Now that was Rambler player is early, and good to see him getting the reward here as a junior, staying with his club and now getting promoted to the big show here at the NFC. Hawaii Puketapu, centre fielder. It's his first look at Slaughter. One goes down and on the inside edge.
Been new for Tane Slaughter as well, pitching off the block today with no Matt. So he's obviously had a few games on here today, especially Big Ben Watts leaving those big hoof prints in there. So
the Kelvinator fridge. We're getting a good blue crew on this one over at third base. Andy McManus going back to back here for us. And over at first base, a late change. Mark Portier substituted to be Dave 14. He'll be over at first base. Calling the balls and strikes, Bryden Wells.
Trying something a bit different there, Hawke's Bay. Obviously no one on. Always good in the top of the first to get a runner on. So anyway you can here, Puketapu using his tools.
Hawke's Bay, interesting club. Great to see them back in the NFC. bit of a hiatus for a couple of years as we see back-to-back strikeouts here from Slaughter to start off the top of the first innings. But let's talk a bit about Hawke's Bay coming back into the NFC.
How good is it to see? How good to see Hawke's Bay coming back. It was nice to see during the Fast 45 this year. We saw a few Hawke's Bay players trickle down into those Hutt Valley Wellington sides. And it's just great to see 8 teams back at NFC. Obviously Hawke's Bay and Counties Waikato coming back in this year.
Strong hotbeds of softball, regional softball around New Zealand, and that's because softball's played everywhere in this country. And Hawke's Bay have their fair share of international representatives. We talk about the Markiers, the Tangaroas. There's just a whole myriad of them that have come out of their region. Thomas Markier, we were talking about Fabian Markier, now young Riley Markier, just 3 exponents. But in my mind, one of the best pitchers, especially one of the best thinking pitchers that I've seen, with an amazing rise ball that explodes Chubb Tangaroa from that Hawke's Bay region.
Oh, definitely. Chubb's a legend. Been around the game for a long, long time. As a player, then a pitching coach, battery coach, and it's good to see his boys still playing as well.
Giving back to the game, Mr. Tangaroa these days. Still waiting for that crayfish though. He's got his lovely holiday batch out on one of the beaches south of Hastings. Jingos.
Wow, what a start, Tane Slaughter.
I think Tane Slaughter's got a hot date tonight he's got to get to, because he is in a hurry. 3 up, 3 down, all via the strikeout. Well, we'll be back with the bottom of the first innings and more action from Game 43, Hawke's Bay and Auckland, in just a short moment.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody, and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ELE Sports Stadium here for the Golden Homes National Fastpitch Championship. Hawke's Bay taking on the might of Auckland. It'll be Hawke's Bay in the field first. Let's have a look at the defensive lineup for them before we get underway in the bottom of the first innings. It'll be Daniel Green, Horuai Puketapu and Jacob Zurcher left to right in the outfield. Hugh Davies, Liam Uri-Johns on the left side. Tarangi Chadwick, Ione Crawford on the right side. Tobias McKessie behind the dish. Adam Woon. Big, hard throwing right-hander will get the start on the hill. First pitch is swung at hard by Bradley Bennett. Batting-wise for Auckland will be followed by Cameron Anoka, Connor Pete and Thomas Anoka will be hitting in the clean-up spot. Reese Evans, Alfonso Venikovas will be hitting in the 6th spot. Ben Anoka, Max Early, and rounding out the batting order for Auckland will be Zeth Gibson, the first baseman.
How strong a hitting lineup where you can have Ben Anoka hitting in the 7th spot.
That's the depth of Auckland at the moment. Crawford will take that slow roller and eat it up for breakfast. 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Campbell Noka we saw this morning, first pitch of the bottom half of the first innings, put Ben over left field. So
yeah, he was shy, wasn't he?
he's definitely locked in here. Welcome to the game, Ben. Over you go.
Wow, fantastic. And the Anoka family just reaming out the superstar players, international. Campbell, older brothers Ben and Thomas, all 3 playing for the NFC side and all 3 playing for the Golden Homes New Zealand Black Sox at this time and point. Of course, the big one coming up next year in February will be the WBSC Men's World Cup. That'll be hosted right here on the home of sports, Sky Sports, at ELE Sports Stadium here in Rosedale Park, mid-February next year, 2022. Lock that one in your calendar. Argentina, the reigning champions, beat Japan in the grand final in the Czech Republic last summer. 2 summers ago, to be fair, I should say now, in 2019, time flies when you've got COVID in your eyes. And that's been the emergence of the international softball program, isn't it? We're seeing Argentina, South America, Venezuela lifting their game. We know USA, Canada, Japan are powerhouses. Australia, on the back of Falkard, is a powerhouse as well. But now it's truly an international game. So we see Anoka go down on strikes. So both starting pitchers here working well. Adam Woon for Hawke's Bay and Slaughter for Auckland.
And Adam Woon throws hard. Came up playing against him through the age groups. When he's playing for Hawke's Bay, he leans back, throws very hard, got a lot of movement, and well done to him yesterday. Beat Canterbury, which is a big scalp to get if you can beat the Red Sox. Held them to just 1 hit. So he's in a bit of form here, Adam Woon.
Definitely in a bit of form, and it's good to see. Adam Woon continuing to grow, just named for the very first time this year in the greatest squad for the Golden Homes New Zealand Black Sox team. Been to his first camp, got a taste of what that culture is like. Up here in Auckland, I believe, over at the Institute of Sport. Still young in his low 20s, age group wise. But if they can groom him well, New Zealand needs good, hard-throwing pitchers. He could be one of the ones for the future, for sure. Connor Peden, centre fielder for Auckland.
Finding the inside corner here, the last 2 pitches here, Woon. He's missed on the outside the first couple, but come back in the last 2. Connor Peden just having a check there, see if he's got any more inside than that. Looks like he's found himself a good wee spot there, Adam Woon.
Well, one thing we talked a little bit about in some of the broadcasts this week so far, is that the umpires have tightened the strike zone to right on the edges only and not outside the edges. So that means now the pitchers, instead of camped on that outside edge, so we see the set outside this time, it just gets a little loose. Instead of them camped on that outside edge the whole game pretty much, they're now having to pitch on the inside as well, so learning that trait.
It's great for pitchers, it's great for hitters, and it's great for the audience because it means more ball and play. It means the catcher just can't sit outside in the other batter's box, get that called. So bringing the strike zone in means more ball and play, which is better for the viewers. Fortunately, just misses there, puts Peden on base.
Peden patiently waits that one out. Thomas Anoka, senior veteran in the Golden Homes Black Sox, senior veteran in the Auckland NFC side too. Seen him batting further down the order, now promoted up into the clean-up spot, maybe a bit of reward if you like.
He's been hitting well this week, hasn't he? Saw him batting in the 6, 7, 8 spot this week, which just shows the depth of Auckland. If you can have a guy like this batting down the order, back into the 4 spot this week, this game. Obviously it was Ben's, but Ben's having a rest this week, so Brother Thomas comes and takes that 4 spot back, and he'll want a good game here so he can say, Ben, you're back next game, but I'm in the 4 spot.
You're back, but you can't have it. Running buns attempt. A little something different. One-handed too from Anoka. And if we look at Hawani Crawford down at first base, he was not budging.
Two strikes on Thompson Oak here with 2 down. Connor Peden on first. Hard hit ball to Rudy Johns, and he makes the play.
Well, he's tidy over there, doesn't he? Hard hit ball, had a choice to come forward to it, but he went backwards. Plenty of time and a nice transfer and the throw. That's us through 1 complete here. No score in it so far between Hawke's Bay and the might of Auckland. We'll be back with more action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The LA Sports Stadium, the crowd is getting rocky. Hawke's Bay fans are in the house. Congratulations, you're playing exceptionally well here. Big matchup for sure, Hawke's Bay versus Auckland. Auckland maybe with the spoils as far as titles are concerned throughout history. However, Hawke's Bay are grinders. You know they're going to bring something, a little something different.
Oh, that's a big foul ball down the left field line.
Hugh Davies with his first opportunity here.
Davies and Slaughter obviously grew up playing in the same Auckland teams throughout the age groups. Davies out of the Howick club. Good to see him get picked up in this NFC, playing at the top level.
One the other way, and it's good. Solid single from Davies down to first base.
That's a great hard hit ball. We saw two pitches on the inside. Obviously that big foul ball down the left field line, waited for one on the outside, set on that drop ball and just pushed it down to right field. Great hitting.
Hawke's Bay team. Well, send up now the designated player. Born and bred Counties Manukau lad, Brodie Boyce. Moved down to Hawke's Bay. Why wouldn't you? The weather is so nice down there. Applying his trade in softball at Akina Park now. Outside. Got a chance to catch up with Brodie just before the match. Asked him how his week's been going. He says, pretty good, thanks, Drop. He said, done a little bit of pitching, but I've done a lot of DP this week. Had a couple of solid hits. That felt really good off the bat. Feels really confident in the box.
Good to see. We'll see what they go with here. 1 ball, 1 strike with a run on 1. Short game. 2 strikes on him now. We'll see him have a swing at the bat. Brodie Boyce, when we were growing up, used to play for counties, and he was always a pitcher. We'd always used to come up against him at national age groups, and he was a great pitcher. So see what he can do with the bat with 2 on him.
He's had a mountain of walks, he said, about 7 of them or something through the first 2.5 days of play so far as Boyce. 2-2 count on him now. Slaughter, right up the engine. Reactional stab by Slaughter, that was pretty good. Throws it over to 1. Hawke's Bay, coaching staff, father and son. Isn't that outstanding? Normally you'd think the father's the head coach, the son's the assistant. Flip that coin over, buddy. It's not heads or tails. It's young Luke Woon, head coach down at third base. And his father, Paul Woon, down at first.
Seen that before with the Australians, obviously Bob being the coach for a number of years, and then Lang took over. See your dad, go to 1. I'm coming to 3 now, you've had your fun.
See you, Dad. Tarangi Chadwick, senior veteran for Hawke's Bay. He goes to the first pitch. It works too. Hugh Davies might try and go, and it's a bobble at 2. The throw.
Great throw. Nothing happened.
No chance to get home though. Chadwick will scamper down to second base on it.
Another first pitch swing.
A lot of happening there on that play too. Goes over the top. Second baseman Inoka tries to grab it.
You still had to tag him, yes, because he just...
Just here, there, Brian Wells let him know you had to make the tag on young fellows who came home. But it was Thomas Inoka's regather, spin, and make a strong throw home that made the difference there. Otherwise, Hawke's Bay would be up 1-0.
Yeah, great awareness there by Tommy knowing the ball's still in play. Hit hard, Seth Gibson almost got a glove to it. Inoka got back up there, able to make a great throw to Early, who eventually made the tag.
2 hits in the innings here for Hawke's Bay. Tobias McKesey now, pickup player of the Miramar Club in Wellington.
Yeah, first of all, Tobias at the Fast 45 when he played for the
Wellington Thunder.
For the Thunder team there, and he caught really well to JP. Doesn't usually catch to Josh Pettit.
No.
But caught very well to him, and he's I remember putting down a perfect squeeze play as well to bring the final back to within 1. So let's see what he can do here for the Bay.
Great to see another young player coming out of the Junior Black Sox squad. Putting to push this, the wind will knock it down though, and expertly played by Bradley Bennett at left field. Will nullify the threat, leave the base runner stranded. And that'll do Hawke's Bay in the top of the second innings. No score in it. We'll be back in the bottom of the second. Auckland get a chance. 0-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ELE Sports Stadium. Great to have you along here. Game 43 on the schedule. Last one of the round robin of the men's format. We already know that the two teams that have made the semi-final is Auckland, who are undefeated at this point going through round robin play. And they will take on Wellington. Wellington just with a one blemish in their record. Finished tied for points with North Harbour. But they beat North Harbour in the round robin, so get that valuable second spot. Semi-final tonight. The winner of that will go through to the grand final. That semi-final scheduled for 7, of course, with the games being delayed today. I think that'll be about 8 p.m. Well, by the time we get that one kicked off. But the winner of that will go straight to the grand final live on Sky Sport tomorrow at 2 p.m. As you see the schedule there in front of you. Those are the games for tonight at 7 o'clock originally. It'll be about 8 o'clock, I'd say, that kick-off. 1v2, Auckland v Wellington. 3v4 will be North Harbour. We're just waiting on who came fourth, who gets that spot, and maybe the result of this game will determine that, and we'll get that information to you as we can. Tomorrow you'll see the women will play the critical matches at 9 a.m. to find out who will get to the final. It's 1v2. We think Auckland has clinched the 1 spot, or at least the 2 spots, so they should be into the final. But we'll find out about that. They've got Canterbury anyways, an insurance game in the morning. 11 o'clock's that semi-final. That's the loser of the semi-final tonight. So the loser of the semi-final tonight at 8 o'clock will play in that 11 o'clock round on Diamond 2. And they will play the winner of the other semi-final, the 3-4 game. So it's all there for the taking. And, of course, the big one. 12 o'clock is the women's grand final, live on Sky. 2 p.m. is the men's. Let's just pop in there and see what the umpire is happening here.
34 becomes the Oppo, so he's coming in.
Okay, we've got a few positional
right, so
changes. We did see a couple of players that looked a bit battered up out there, didn't we, Will?
Yeah, we did. And hearing the words Oppo and Flex and DP. Had to go coaching last week, and those words.
Positional changes start from the top coming down. 5 is going to Oppo. DP.
Sorry,
No, position 5.
Oh, position 5. Can you give us the batting order and then?
I can do that. It's not a substitution, it's just positional changes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so shirt number 34 is going to become the Oppo. Right?
Yeah.
Shirt 13 was going to position 3.
Yep.
Shirt 52 is going to position 5.
There you go, just some positional changes for you. Yep. Will's going to ratify them for you, let them know what they are. I see Brody Boyce is coming onto the field, that'll be one of them. Just look at that table for you, we hit up on the screen, you can just see it's not complete for the round robin. We'll get that one soon. But you can see Auckland were top of the shop. This was at the beginning of play this morning after 2 days of play, undefeated. They beat Canterbury, they're now playing Hawke's Bay, Auckland, so a chance to go through all the way undefeated. North Harbour, they were all that log jam with 4 teams, as well as Wellington on 16, and they both got a win each. Back to the action though, and that puts Wellington ahead of North Harbour as we go forward in this one, and they're in that, well, I guess, first semi-final with a life. That's how it kind of works.
Yeah, so let's see if I can get this right here. It sounded like 52 Juani Crawford will become our Oppo,
Right.
which
Right
means
at the
Brody Boyce will come in to play third base. He was the DP. Hugh Davies is going to move from third base to shortstop, and Daniel Green is going to move from left field to third base, meaning Juani Crawford should go to left field.
All outside.
So just some positional changes there for Hawke's Bay.
There you go. In and about and around about. You know they've made some changes. No one coming out of the lineup. The same sorts of the batting lineup won't change here for Hawke's Bay. Reece Evans. Large. Oh, hard one off the glove. Third base, over in time to Boyce. So it's actually Crawford who's moved to 3. Boyce at first base. Chadwick's in at second base, and it looks like Eddie John stayed at shortstop here. Just a quick glance across the field. Hard hit ball though from Evans. Boy, he looks locked in, doesn't he?
He hits the ball hard, doesn't he? Reece Evans, great lead-off job there. Saw a lot of pitches, which we haven't seen from the Auckland batters in the last inning. So saw a lot of pitches for a lead-off at-bat, and then turned on a hard inside drop ball.
Alfonso Vinikovis, right fielder for Auckland, will step in now. We gave him a bit of a stick for his pants he's got on this week. And chief statistician off the glove at second base. Can he regather and make it? No, he can't. Yes, he can.
That is a great play.
Wow. A powerful blow from Vinikovis off the glove of the second baseman, Chadwick. Ernie Johns mops it up, throws it over in time, and I'm telling you now, Vinikovis is quick. That's a top level play.
We'll give Te Rangi Chadwick the assist there, won't we? That was a great play. He said, I can't catch this, so I'll just pass this on to you, and you can throw this over to Boyce at 1.
4-6-3 goes in the scorebook for those keeping score at home. Ben Anoka now, designated player for this one.
Yeah, Ben Anoka not fielding this one. Obviously, they got the 1 versus 2 next, and he's been playing centre field most of the tournament, so a chance for him to rest his legs and just swing a bat this game. Not sure the last time I saw Ben Anoka down at 7 on the order.
No, not very often.
Usually see him at 1 or 4,
yeah,
especially for his United club. But like I said before, just shows the depth of
ball,
Auckland. If you can have someone like that down the order, you look up as a pitcher and go, oh, I'm at the bottom of the order. Oh no, it's Ben Anoka.
Well, one thing I noticed with the coaching style of Nathan Nukunuku, head coach for Auckland, is that he likes to keep all of his players in touch with the game. And what I mean by that is whether it's in the field, but definitely with at-bats. So then if he needs to call upon them when it comes to the big matches, whether it's a pinch hit or a situation or whatever it is, he knows they're ready. Missing down low. And Anoka will go down to first base. This is second base runner for Auckland, all both of them by the walk.
Catch number 44, Max, early.
This will bring up the son of our fellow commentator. Ricky's son, Max.
Sticky Ricky.
Yeah. Tricky Dicky.
Tricky Dicky, Sticky Ricky early.
He's got a few of them, isn't he?
Oh, he does indeed, that man. Oh,
hard hit ball, first pitch. Wouldn't knock it down, unfortunately, for young Max early. And that'll do Auckland here in the bottom of the second innings. We're through 2 complete. Marching nice and quick here. None of those 3.5-hour marathons. Well, I don't know what Damien Collins was doing earlier this morning. I know, he was being outstanding. We'll be back with more action here. Top 3 coming up next.
He might not look like much in an apron, but that's John Miller, loving husband, relatively reliable plumber, and holder of the Bledisloe Cup and 2 Investex Super Rugby titles. Don't let the heels fool you. Wendy crushed 2 of the biggest names in men's tennis to go all the way at Wimbledon. Tony, one of New Zealand's most impressive multi-sport players. Try playing and taking out a rugby league grand final, a grand slam, and the New Zealand Cup all at once. Mary Adams came from nothing to take Cleveland to the playoffs. Where to next? Well,
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Freeman Field here at Ely Sports Stadium. Had ourselves an exceptional match so far, very tightly balanced between Auckland, the home side, and this one. Tane Slaughter on the hill and Adam Woon for Hawke's Bay. We matched each other. Not a lot of batters have come to the plate. It's been almost the bare minimum. Wayne Crawford, Daniel Green, and Jacob Zurcher will go 1, 2, 3 here for the Hawke's Bay. I'm Jason Gubizako, chopper. Will Smith in the...
No balls.
Will Smith.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, the Fresh Prince, Will Micklejohn.
I'll take that.
You'll take that. I'll tell you what, I'd like to see you with a flat top. This one will go foul off Wayne Crawford. We've got a special guest coming in after Crawford. One of the stalwarts from Hawke's Bay softball, Craig Waterhouse. Can't wait for him to join us, not far away.
Oh, the secret.
2 strikes. No.
We'll find out where he got that nickname too. Maybe we'll get to that. Anyway, it's Crawford first, of course, here. Brighton Wells officiating behind plate, wants that foul ball back to him, and away we go. 2-2 now. 0-2, apologies. Change up. Next that, will stay the same count.
Yeah, third innings here, we might see a few more change-ups. I think he's thrown 2 already this bat, Tane Slaughter.
Yep.
Obviously it's about to be his second time through the Hawke's Bay boys, so a bit of change of pace here to throw them off.
I'll tell you what, you want to be careful. Big lad is Wayne Crawford. There's good reason for that. Inside.
Good ball.
Crawford, it's like he just got touched by a blowfly. Didn't even flinch.
Shake it off.
And I tell you why I was saying there's a big reason. He's the son of Katie's Crawford, one of the great Māori props from the Hawke's Bay region. And look at him. All right, I'm all good. Next time you throw it in the zone, I'm going to punish it. I bet you that's what's going through his head. Anyway, that'll bring up Daniel Green and also give us a chance to bring our guest into the booth here, Craig Waterhouse. Craig, thanks for taking some time.
Hey mate, yeah.
Really good. Great to have you along. Craig, it's Hawke's Bay coming back to the NFC for a first time for a while. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they've got a pretty decent competition up there now. They've got, they've got more senior men's teams playing than North Harbour or Hutt Valley. And you can see it in the fact they've come away with no pickup pitches.
Oh,
Crawford is down.
Unlucky.
Unfortunately, apologies, Craig. And as Crawford took a lead and he got this cleat, got caught in the dirt there, tripped over and early saw that straight away, threw it down to first base. Unfortunately for Hawke's Bay, that's one out. 1-1 the count though on Green. So softball in Hawke's Bay is doing well with the senior level, and as you said, that helps you with not having to pick up any pitches anymore.
Yeah, and they won. They came runners up in the North Island under 13s last week. Up here, the boys did. So they got a reasonable B grade, reasonable under 18 grade. All played at Akina Park. Quite good facilities. They've got a grant from the council from about 300k to do them up.
Another hit pitch here, and I'll tell you what, the way the pace that Tane Slaughter throws out, if I was going up the bit, I'd almost put on the catcher's gear. Jacob Zurcher, he'll be the next one to muscle up and try and find his way here. That's really good to hear. I mean, we've noticed that softball around the country is at a nice space right now. It's exciting times. Fastball 45, a great advertisement for the game of softball, and it's good to hear good things happening. One of the things I want to ask you, Craig, not how you got your nickname secret, maybe we will at the end, but is how does Hawke's Bay continue to make these young stars come through their program?
Well, I think partly is because they get promoted early as players.
Great play.
So you've got 14, 15 or 15-year-old kids playing senior softball, so they develop a lot quicker. I think they've got good coaching down there, pretty intensive. The boy that was pitcher for the under 13s, they tell me he's only 11, so there's a lot of future coming forward.
And that's really good to hear, and you did write some good coaching stuff, and Call me biased a little, but I grew up in Hawke's Bay. This is a hard hit ball. Does it land? Yes, it does. Pukitapu gets on the back end of one. Of course, we saw Zercher pop up to the first baseman. But now Hawke's Bay with a real chance here.
Time's out.
In the top of the third innings. Runners coast to coast, albeit with 2 outs. They'll hand the reins over, of course, to Adam Woon. Let's talk a little bit about, I don't want to pin out too many players here, but let's talk a little bit about Adam Woon and his rise through the program.
Yeah, well, he's been age group rep and really works hard. Sick and tired when we play him. He's good for a home run a game, so he's not a bad batter as well. And coming from a very, very strong softball family.
Well, while we're talking about the Woons,
And coming from your club, mate.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the Saints Softball Club for those who are wondering. I started at Hawke's Bay Dodgers Club. Saints is where I finished up before I left. However, I want to talk about the coach.
All up.
Just high there from Slaw. I want to talk about the coach here, young Luke Woon, getting the reins over there at third base.
Yeah, no, he's done a good job with Saints this year, and he's pretty level-headed. Doesn't lose his cool, and the boys all respect him, so it's a good guy to put in there.
Good ball.
Yeah, when I heard he got the job, I thought that was very clever by Hawke's Bay doing that. Of course, they've had some great coaches over the years. Father Paul's had the reins for a little bit as well. And when I was there, Chubb Tongaroa was in the helm there for a while, and even a good friend of mine, TC, Terry Connolly. So, but there were lots of good coaching, as you said, in the Hawke's Bay region. So it's good to see this younger group now making their own mark.
Yeah, TC's still coaching.
Oh, wow.
Evergreens.
Oh, fantastic. Of course, that's coming up, Palmerston North, in a couple of weeks' time. Those over the age of...
35.
35. I was trying to think of a polite way to say it. Great to see. Manawatu will be hosting that one. Great association down there too. Inside, trying to punch it into no man's land. Going back, will be Anoka will make the catch. We'll stay with you just so we can finish up with Craig here. We've got Craig Waterhouse, aka Secret. Well, mate, you've got to tell us, how did you get the nickname Secret?
We started life with a pretty big Fun in the Sun tournament, as you will remember. You've played in it many a times, and we had at one stage 16 diamonds going and about 60 odd teams playing in it, and Hutt Valley Dodgers came up, and I was the organiser of the tournament, and the cartoon program Secret Squirrel was running around. And that's where it started. It was actually Secret Squirrel to start with, and then it changed to Secret, so because the Hutt Valley Dodgers couldn't string 2 words together. So. Hey Trevor.
Hello to everyone in the Hutt Valley. Craig, Hawke's Bay softball, what's the club scene like at the moment? How many teams you got and who's winning?
4 senior teams. Saints are the leaders. The Mets teams, which the 5 boys stopped playing in Wellington. One of them was living there. He came home, and they all had kids, so they decided to form a new senior team. The balance of their team is a couple of ex-guys that retired and a whole lot of high school kids, so they took no one from the opposition. So they won the pre-Christmas competition, but they lost in the crossovers where 1 plays 2 and 3 plays 4. They finished 3rd. Fastpitch with Tamiana Hokianga, who was a junior Black Sox player, carved them up really on the mound, and that really highlights how close the competition is. They were playing last Thursday night and they were losing 5-3 to Pumas.
Wow.
Before the heavens opened, but so that's a reasonable competition really by anyone's standard, and all with reasonable pitches. So it's good.
Yeah, well, that's outstanding. It'll be just get the leading batters here for Auckland that'll start us off. It'll be Seth Gibson back to the top, Bradley Bennett and Campbell Anoka. Secret, tell us if you want to play softball in Hawke's Bay and you're listening to the broadcast right now, how do you do that?
I just get a hold of Tania or go on the Hawke's Bay website and just email her, or look me up. Just go to the I get a lot of inquiries off the ISA website.
Right.
Mainly females wanting to play. We don't have very strong female competition.
Right.
But very talented females.
Yes.
We've got Mel Giddings catching for a B team.
Great.
And she's talented enough to play A's if she has enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Oh,
and we're working with the Sports Trust in Taradale, who are building 6 new stadiums, so we hope to have indoor training facilities and may even look at indoor softball.
Fantastic.
So they're building a huge facility there for international size futsal courts, so it's quite massive, equivalent to 8 basketball.
Brilliant. Well, you know what? I'm obviously a converted fan of Hawke's Bay. I'm from there originally, but for those that are listening that may want to move to Hawke's Bay for a lifestyle change, what could they expect?
A price of a house that's half what Auckland's is.
And twice the size?
Not necessarily twice the size, but when you go to work, it takes you 10 minutes. When you go to softball training, it takes you 10 minutes. We're talking to a boy that plays for Howick and lives over here. He said he has to leave at 3:30 to make training. So it's a pretty good, and we've got absolute full employment at the moment.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll tell you, I spent a bit of time down there recently. Well, man, trying to get a tradie right now, wow, you need to book them like 3 months in advance. It's that good. It's blowing up down there. Well, thank you very much,
Okay,
Craig Waterhouse, on behalf of Hawke's Bay Softball. Anything else?
Yeah, you've got to remind them how many strikeouts you took in your last game in Hawke's Bay a couple of weeks ago. 14. 14, they lost.
Don't believe a word he says. So I'll tell you what, Secret, Craig Waterhouse and the Hawke's Bay Softball Association, thank you so much for your time, and fantastic to hear the game doing so well and such a brilliant place to live. Hawke's Bay, Hastings, Napier, and the wider region, Havelock North, one of my hometown where my parents live, so it's a fantastic spot to be. Back to the action now. Auckland continued to battle along against Adam Woon. You've got to say here, Adam Woon has really put together a good match so far.
Yeah, he just got his second strikeout of the game off Seth Gibson to lead off this third innings. He got a ground out from Bradley Bennett, and now he's got Campbell Anoka up. And if he can get out of this, it'll be 3 scoreless innings for both teams. So both young pitchers will be proud of their efforts here. And a really strong ball game. Both pitchers really dominating on the mound.
Campbell Anoka. Just misses on the outside edge.
Height's fine.
I like the way Brighton Wells officiates. You hear him there talking to the catcher, saying height's fine, just outside. And the good things with that is they know exactly where the strike zone is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to know for the catcher, pitcher, and it's also nice to know for the batter to know that height's fine. If it comes that height again, a bit more inside, I'll have a go at it.
3-1. 3-1.
Anoka's got himself a hitter's count here. We'll see what he can do with it with 2 down. They really need a runner on base. Auckland here.
Full swing. That'll fill up the count as well. 3 balls and 2 strike against Anoka. Crowd is starting to come in for this night match. Anticipation of the big semi-final. Auckland v Wellington look to kick off about 8 p.m. I'd say.
Yeah, Saturday night softball under lights. Semi-final. Skysportnext, can't beat it.
Can't beat it indeed. Great to have you along. Fantastic to have you along indeed, actually. Standard of the NFC has simply been outstanding, top level from woe to go, Will, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been great. And it's like we saw in the first couple of days, we've seen some 3.5-hour games.
Hard hit ball. This is trouble, even into the wind.
Great
what a
play.
take in centre field by Hodawai Pukitapu, robbing Anoka of at least a double.
Yeah, that was going at a rate of knots. That ball popped off that bat. And great play going back with the wind. So saved a double there, and Woon gets a clean innings there. 0 after 3. Hawke's Bay will be very happy with their performance so far.
Well, they should be indeed. We're going to stay with you here, Will. Just going to ask you a couple of questions, mate. And a tight match-up like this one, as we see the ground crew coming through the outfit. I'll tell you what, let's talk about them first. The ground crew here at North are outstanding. They are already going over to pull down the fence on Diamond 2, the women's fence, and get it prepped and ready for tomorrow. That's the dedication that they've got going on here. A stream of volunteers as they run across the field.
Yeah, they're great, and as we saw with the Fast 45, we had 15 minutes between games.
Oh, yeah.
They said they could do it in 10, they did it in 8.
Yeah.
And then Christchurch said they could do it in 8, they did it in 6.
Yeah.
And it became a battle between the associations who can take the women's fence out, because obviously
it's the fastest crew.
Yeah, us TV folk are not the most impressed when every second counts with TV, so the longer we're on air, the longer it costs. So this North Harbour crew was great in that, and we saw today after that 3.5-hour game, they got the diamond set up in about 5 minutes for the next game, so well done to them.
Freeman Field tomorrow. We'll see a 9 o'clock game of the women's last round robin match. And 12 o'clock, that live grand final on Sky here. So the women's distance fence will be in for that. Straight after the women's grand final at 12 o'clock, they will drop the fence and move it. Allow the men to take over at 2 p.m. Fantastic volunteers that not only the community but also the viewers around the country appreciate as well in giving us those opportunities. Looks like we get a pinch hitter into the ball game, Will.
Yeah, it looks like Sam Caldercott's come in for Hugh Davies. Hugh obviously got the single down right field in the first. Not sure about that one. Looked like a bounce over third to me. Unlucky there, Sam. But Hugh Davies got the single down to right field in the first innings. Not sure what's happened there. He must have picked up a niggle. So Sam Caldercott's coming in. He's had a great at-bat so far. Two balls, one strike.
We did see a big change defensively when all those players came in. And maybe that was it. Hugh Davies was the player that they made an adjustment for. Normally a player that would stay in the whole ball game, to be fair. So he must have something going on. We hope him the best of luck as we go into day 4, the final day of the NFC here at ELA Sports Stadium. Caldecott, though, pretty handy man off the bench. Another young player out of the Saints Softball Club out of Hastings. Oh, we've got to give a shout out to the Price family. Doing a fantastic job down there. Granddad, Dad, Ken did a great job being president in their time. Now handed over the duties to the youngster, Mace. Big boss down there for the club, and that's fantastic. We just heard what Craig Woodhouse said, is good things are happening down there. And it's good to see good volunteers around the country. Kia ora to you all. This one pops up.
Great battle here by Caldecott. Coming into the game, his first at bat, he's got himself to a 3-2 count. Fouled a few off. Looking to be the lead runner with none down here in the top of the 4th for Hawke's Bay. We saw them get 2 runners on last innings. Get a runner at 3. Putting a little bit of pressure on this Auckland defence.
Well, you did right, Will. Fouls this one back, count will remain full 3-2 on Caldecott. You remember that these Hawke's Bay hitters don't see these pitches from the other regions much, right? Hawke's Bay now just starting to travel again, which is fantastic. And so they've got to figure it out, and they've got to figure it out in a hurry. Inside out swing, coming forward to it, Anoka will take care of that one. But a good battle from Caldecott nevertheless. Brody Boyce now, designated player. Out on a reactional stab by the pitcher. Tony Slaughter back in the second innings. Premeditated first swing.
More change of pace we've seen from Slaughter again. Obviously the second time through the order, he's just trying to throw something different. Get them off their game. They got 2 runners on last inning, so... And another one.
A bit of respect being shown to Brody Boyce here.
Three change-ups in a row. Strike, swinging. And Max Early, Tane Slaughter really got that change-up on a string, that bit.
Oh, that's not fair. That is nasty. 3 change-ups in a row. That never, ever happens. And that's a young catcher and a young pitcher here. Happy to risk it all. Tarangi Chadwick now. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th innings. Still no score in this one. Fouls back. I tell you what, if Hawke's Bay get a run of this ball game, that fan to our right side for Hawke's Bay's got to go mental. He is outstanding already.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A few big bots around his feet. He's good to go. Settled in for a big night of softball here.
Fantastic. Why not? Come on down to ELO Sports Stadium. The NFC is outstanding. They've got everything here. Bouncy castle for the kids. Cafeteria. The Rosedale burger, mark my word, best one you'll find in Auckland. Beer tents. Even, I see Mr. Frosty's here. We've got it all covered at North Harbour Softball Association. Kept in front by Evans. First play was Seaman have to make. Pretty good too.
Yeah, kept it in front of him. A hard hit ball on the short hop. Kept it in front. Managed to recover and throw a hard strike down to Gibson at first to retire Hawke's Bay in the top of the fourth. It's a 0-0 ball game.
We'll be back with more action. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have three core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Bottom of the fourth innings, simply been outstanding softball pitches duel between Adam Woon and Tane Slaughter so far, Hawke's Bay and Auckland. The outside pitch, it'll be Connor Peden, Thomas and Oka and Reese Evans, 1-2-3 here for Auckland. Trying to break this deadlock as we get moved through the match. Will Micklejohn joining me in commentary in this one. Will, going to be impressive the way Hawke's Bay's played today.
Yeah, it's exciting for a team, always a team when you come up against these Auckland, Wellington, Red Sox, Hutt Valleys. And they're really taking it to them. They've got 2 innings before, they got 2 runners on base, they got a run at a 3. And you can see their defence is being really tight as well. Shutting down these Auckland hitters. Adam Williams having a great game on the mound. And if they can get a few runs here, just put the heat on the Auckland defence, it's going to be an interesting last few innings.
1-2 the count on Peden. You can see why Adam Williams been called into the Golden Homes Black Sox greatest squad.
Yeah, he's throwing at velocity too. We can see on the scoreboard there that's at 113. He's got up to 117 today, and even his up ball's going up at 108. So throws hard.
Not too bad at all. Yeah, 116 there.
Just outside full ball.
Lift it up a little.
Full count. Run out.
Full count. A lot of full counts here. A lot of pitches on Woon. It's the type of pitcher, though, just seems to keep on getting better with more deliveries, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's really found himself in the groove here. Just as I say that, just misses up top.
Thought he had it, to be fair, though. Very, very close pitch. Patience is a virtue, and Connor Peden's got it in spades. 2 walks in the game for him. Thomas and Oka now. I'll tell you one thing, the yard here, the outfield portion of the diamond, is really large because the fence set at full international distance. Running bunt. Just goes foul though. Noka trying something. Peden was on his marches to 3 as well, so Auckland trying to do something here. But a big yard. Hawke's Bay's not used to this type of yard. I see the outfield back really deep. One of the downsides of that, you have a large gap between your outfield, so right field and centre. There's a big bit of territory there, the same the other side, so susceptible to a double in the gap.
Yeah, there is a big gap there between left centre and obviously the players playing back, because Tommy can hit a shot when he wants to, but with the speedy Peden on base, anything that drops in he'll be looking to charge to 3.
They've got outfield out there. Jacob Zurcher at right, Horawai Pukatapu at centre, and it was Daniel Green, the starting left field. I'm not too sure if he's still there. They took a couple of changes, that's all. Inside high ball, Here's the pitchers trying to work that inside of the zone, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and you saw in the first innings, Anoka got a ground out to the shortstop, so they were looking to go inside again, turn a double play, and get through 2 outs of the innings.
One ball, 2. Oh.
Peden goes on the pitch, makes his way down to 2 on the inside pitch, 2-2. We've got a runner on 2 with none down.
2. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Levels up the count here for Anoka. Scoring position for Auckland with no outs here. Trying to get their first run of the ball game. Hawke's Bay will have to button the hatches. Pops up. Boyce going to the fence and he makes a good over-the-shoulder play. That is good.
Pops out to first base.
You're always good to get someone dangerous like Tommy Anoka when you got a runner on 2. It's always good to get him to pop up a nice little inside pitch, get him the inside-out swing, and a great catch there running over his shoulder, Brody Boyce.
Fantastic indeed, and you're right, the weak contact initiated from Adam Woon still seems to be dialed right in here. Reece Evans ripped one to third base last time. Running bunt, not a good one though.
Yeah, just trying things here, Auckland, aren't they? They didn't get a runner on base last innings. They did the innings before, so this time with a runner on base, they're just trying to move him to third, trying to do anything they can to get that first run of the game.
You know what? First base coach, there, 48 on the screen.
Yes.
Nathan Nukunuku.
Who?
He is a mastermind. He knows they don't have to win this match, right? They're already in the semi-final. No one can take them away from that.
Yep.
But what can he do in this match? He can make some adjustments. He can put his team under pressure. Try a different style of offense. They've got power. They normally just rip the ball off the cover off the ball, to be fair, when they're batting. But if he can introduce some short game or some pressure situation.
I've got foul ball. I have got foul ball.
You can
No,
hear
I
the
don't need to.
home plate umpire,
I've got
Bryden
foul ball.
Wells. Finally, the base runner will listen. He's got a foul ball there. You have to go back to second base. What I was just saying with Nathan Nukunuku, he's using this as an exercise to get his team able to perform in those situations. Who knows? They've been commanding force this week so far, but they get to the semi tonight, maybe they're under the pump and they need a squeeze play, or they need a different type of play, or maybe it's the grand final tomorrow.
And you know where we saw Nathan come into his element as coaching was at that fast 45 when there were situations like this, when there was squeeze plays needed and bunts needed, short games. So the Central Auckland Bolts didn't have the best lineup on paper, but tactically he found a way to get them rolling right into the grand final and obviously win the grand final. So he's been in these situations before where he needs to scamper a run, and I think we're seeing that a bit here today with him playing a bit of short game.
Hard hit ball, but straight up. Boyce will have to watch this one for a while. And underneath it, cool, calm and collected. Hawke's Bay doing well here, scoreless through 4. More action to come though. That's the top of the 5th. When we come back, Hawke's Bay, can they break it open? Can they score first? I know who I've got my fingers crossed for. We'll find out when we're back.
Never take time to worry about life. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are right. There's a world to behold. Another day you will grow old. So take time with the ones you love. Take time with the ones you
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today. to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real, doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Join me in the booth for this one as we move along to the top of the fifth innings. Will Micklejohn. Jacob Zurcher goes to the first pitch. Goes straight to the outfield though, left field it. Brady Bennett camped underneath it. So apologies, I thought it was Zurcher with that left-hand hitter. It was Tobias McKesey, of course. Well, halfway through this match, we're seeing what both teams have got. Slaughter, Woon. What does Hawke's Bay have to do to win this match?
Get that first run, I think. I think that first run in a game like this is all important. You've seen them get 2 runners on base in innings before. And so we'll see if they can get a runner on here, play the short game, move the runners around the bases. Just having a peek over to the bullpen and see Chapman up and throwing and Twigden up and throwing. So obviously Nathan's got a little bit of an eye on these coming innings here. But if they can get the first run of this ball game and really hunker down, their defence have been outstanding. Or might see Hawke's Bay with a wee upset here.
Let's not be mistaken, Hawke's Bay are capable of upsetting Auckland, hands down. They've got a good line-up here this week. Just looking at that bullpen for Auckland, it's like Twigden is loosening up. Chapman's actually doing the catching, so he won't be coming in. You know, yeah, they'll be saving him for tonight for sure in the semi-final. But Auckland do. If you look at their bench in this one, they've got 5 starters on the bench. Nathan Nukunuku, Cole Evans, Callum Compain, and Daniel Chapman. So 4 starters, I should say, on the bench. So they definitely are bleeding through the team, getting them ready if needed, that's for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how long it is before we see Nathan Nukunuku swinging back, Cole Evans, Callum Compain, before they have a pinch hit or even inject themselves into the game and stay in the field as well.
True to form with Nathan, normally at the end of the game he'll give them 1 each, just to set them up for the semi. They're going back to back here. Oh.
3-2.
And of course that game is slated for 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock now, and apart from Will Micklejohn turning into Marty McFly and going back to the future, the game will be a little bit later. Of course, 8 p.m. is my pick of the start time of that semi-final. Crawford goes down on strikes. Daniel Green now, he has been out left field, has stayed out there. Hit by pitch back in the 3rd innings. Flying over the top of that one.
What's the first pitch swinging here from the Hawke's Bay team? We've seen them Slaughter throw a lot of first pitch swinging, nice and aggressive batting.
It is aggressive, isn't it? And it's good to see. It's about taking your opportunities, don't you think?
Sure is. If the ball's there to hit, have a go. As we see 3 pitches there for Daniel Green. Tane Slaughter's working very well tonight with Max Early. It's 0-all after 5 innings. And we'll see Auckland come back up with the sticks.
All locked in, that's for sure here. Plenty of action to come as we go to the bottom of the 5th innings. Auckland's chance, 0-all. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 5th innings. Auckland will send up the bat here. Beninoka, Max Early and Seth Gibson, 1, 2, 3.
And leading off Auckland here in the bottom of the 5th. Number 89, DP, Ben Inoka.
Auckland have done it tough on the batter's box tonight. So they'll try to work their way around the skillful and pace and craftsmanship from Adam Woon from Hawke's Bay.
And Ben Anoka not unfamiliar with the lead-off spot. So we'll see what he can do here, see if he can get his Auckland Chargers started in the bottom of the 5th.
Hitters count now, look, 2 balls and no strikes. One of the things that's a little bit tough, you can see the shade coming across the diamond there. As the pitcher delivers the ball, it's going between light and dark. That's a little hard to pick up. But once it gets into one, as you can see the high shot there, one level of colour, then you start to see the hits come. So normally this time slot is pitcher dominated. You can see that here on the scoreboard at the moment.
It's always fun playing in half shadow for the infielders and also for the outfielders.
Yeah.
This time of day, golden hour.
The real difficult one here, Rosedale Ballpark, is the sun setting. This right field, especially that sun, and second base, that sun is beaming in their eyes.
Yeah, light diamond too with that lime, so it's really glaring back onto these infielders.
Inside out swing, and that gets away from Chadwick at second base. Hard hit ball, to be fair.
Just what Auckland needed there with Ben Anoka getting on base, and we will see Nathan Uknuga go to his lineup card. This is...
I'm not an official scorer, bud, but I don't know how you would score that. A hit or an error?
I think he got enough of it to call it an error. It would have been a great play, but I would call that a error, getting Ben Anoka to first base. Here's Cole Evans introduced into the game.
Wow.
First pitch he sees.
No way. Caught at the fence. That's the only way to keep Cole Evans in. There's a gale force wind coming in from Centrefield. 4 home runs in the tournament so far, Cole Evans. And just a smidge off his 5th.
And again we see Nuka using pinch hitter here. This is Kellen Compain coming in for Seth Gibson. So we'll see how Charlie goes here with 1 down, runner on 1. Using all their utility here, the Aucklanders in the bottom of the 5th.
Oh. The scoreboard here records it as a hit for Auckland. We'll find out what the official score is. You can jump online and get the I score if you want to keep a track of the game here. Oh, Tracy Torpia just come up into the booth. Maybe we can, I don't even have to look up the I score. Tracy, Alphonse hit or an error? Oh, sorry, Ben hit or an error? Error? Error indeed, so. I won't tell you what's intact at the moment for Adam Woon, but you probably can gather by my inquiring so quickly. Oh. Fantastic. Tracy Torpia, chief statistician for this one, assisting Lil Nata as a chief scorer. 2 lovely ladies doing an exceptional job here for at the NFC. Worked late until the night. Just make sure everything's up to standard. All the statistics, we get them super fast. Just had the batting stats handed to me for Wellington, North Harbour and Canterbury. So there you go. That's who's playing in the other semi-final was Canterbury. Off and running and the ball gets loose. Lucky too, because it looks like he could have been out on the way to 2.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Tobias Makisi there. Up and out the gates early was Anoka, but Tobias put it right there, just unfortunately sliding through into the outfield. So now Auckland in the bottom of the 5th, they have a runner on 2 with 1 down. Full count to Kellen Compain.
Oh, well, I was going to say they ruled it as an error. However, just check the official I score online and they've ruled it as a hit. So Ben Anoka breaks open the no-hitter from Adam Woon on the hill here in the bottom of the 5th innings. Ooh, I'd hate to be a scorer in that situation. Still throwing a great game as the young Adam Woon, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the scorers heard us say about the second base, how it's in half in light, half in shade with the glare coming off. So giving the benefit of the doubt there to the batsman.
Field number 24, Brad Bennett.
Tough one for sure. Bradley Bennett now.
Bennett with 2 ground outs this game, so we expect to see Woon go downstairs again.
Woon finds the zone again. Boy, it's been a good battle in there, hasn't it? Adam Woon versus these top Auckland hitters.
1-1.
Yeah, this is really the first bit of pressure we've seen Woon under with a runner on base. Thought he was in a bit of trouble when Cole came up, swung at the first pitch and sent it into deep centre field. But a great play out in there in centre field.
2-1.
So we'll see 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 down, runner on 2. A big pitch in this game for Bradley Bennett and Adam Woon.
Oh, missing inside. How about this statistic just been put across my lap, Will? Brad Rona out of retirement to come back to the NFC for North Harbour.
Time's out.
This is his batting lineup. Batting 6, 6, 7. 10 official at bats because he's had 5 walks or 4 walks given and a hit pitch as well. Naughty you. But a home run and 6 RBIs. Not bad for a guy who's retired, is it?
And 1 lost ball. Still trying to find that ball from
Oh, yeah, the
Diamond
home
2 that
run.
went
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
2 fences.
Not just one, he's greedy. Greedy guy.
But that's outstanding for a guy.
I tell you, it's been a spectacle this week. Brad Runner playing. Every time he comes up the bat, you can just watch the crowd. Everyone stops. Teams that are warming up, they all stop, come to the fence, and just get a chance and a glance to see history again.
And
Brad
cool
Runner.
for him playing with his 2 sons as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, without a doubt. And Bart playing really well. Key members of that North Harbour team. Into the semi-final tonight. They'll take on Canterbury on Diamond 2. And that game is scheduled for 7 p.m.
3-2.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Of course, 7 p.m. already. North Harbour are waiting for the conclusion of the match that's on that diamond at the moment. Wellington are playing over there in the ladies' competition. Woon rears back. Says you might get your hit. I don't think it was a hit to Beninoka. Neither does Adam Woon. I'll just strike out the next guy and we'll just go back to the dugout. Come on, Hawke's Bay. Let's get rock and listen in to Wells.
Yeah,
Hold on.
he may still need them, I understand that, but just because on the hat, in and out of the light, I get a bit of reflection.
There you go, Brighton Wells just talking to the head coach for Hawke's Bay, Luke Woon, about the sunglasses on the hat of the pitcher. And he wants them removed. There's just a little bit of a glare there, I guess. Whatever makes you comfortable. Hawke's Bay got a chance to get the lead, top of the 6. Big game, great game here so far. We'll be back soon.
Okay, cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, if you ever get the pleasure to come to ELE Sports Stadium, come and find Eugene Gilbert. Eugene Gilbert is the Sopper New Zealand representative here for this one. But it's a real treat because most people, they'll play music between the innings. He doesn't. He likes to sing to the crowd.
I like the canary.
So there you go. If the Sopple's not good enough, Eugene Gilbert is for sure.
They leave him pull out a dance move for you.
Jacob Zurcher. Oh, it was a close play at first base. Bang, bang play. Boy, this one's getting interesting, that's for sure.
Trouble here before say semi-final 2 is North Harbour Canterbury.
Correct.
Which unfortunately means Hutt Valley is out after 2 outstanding games today. We saw that 3.5 hour one that went to the bottom of the 7th, Harbour with the walk-off. and that one where we saw Wellington take the lead in the top of the 6th to beat them in 2.5 hours. So even though they've made the top 4, 2 very competitive games today and throughout the weekend for the Hutt Valley boys. Unfortunate to miss out.
They're a quality side, Hutt Valley, and always have been. In my mind, always will be too. They've won their titles fair share and put up a really good fight this year. Unfortunately for them, couldn't quite clinch it. You see the local fire brigade is here. I got to ride in that fire truck at Christmas time.
The truck that says Auckland Party Rescue 911.
Well, it's always when you're rescuing someone, it seems to be a party somewhere.
Is it a disco ball?
Fantastic Christmas too, that one was.
And a change up in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Going to say while we got on that point about our fantastic first line of defence for us, police, fire, ambulance. A nice hard hit to right field here. Hawke's Bay trying to crack this one open. Hodawai Pukitub, he's looked good all day, 2 from 3.
Yeah, after getting struck out in the first, he's really stood up. He's got a single in the 3rd to right field, a single in the 6th to right field. Like we were saying before, that sun in the outfield, I think Alphonse just lost it a bit there.
Yeah.
Not using his glasses, you can see they're on the top of his hat. He just lost it there for a single, so we'll see what they can do with only 1 down here. And the meat of their order, here's Adam Woon.
Big swing first pitch from Woon. I was just finishing on that. I'd like to thank, of course, all of our services out there, fire, ambulance, police, a fantastic job. Defence force been outstanding, helping to protect us from COVID. Running bunt from Woon. Move him over to second.
Oh,
and he's off the base. He is off the base in Oka. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Hawke's Bay's got something going on.
Runners on 1 and 2, 1 out. This is exactly what Hawke's Bay needed. The umpire there, day 14, calling that Thomas Anoka slid his foot from the base. He couldn't find the base at first. I thought he got back there in time, but day 14's the man out there. He's called him safe. So runners 1 and 2. We've got
should be Sam Caldicott stepping in. Came in for a Q Davies in replacement back earlier in the match. Second at bat for him. Drops a bunt in the box.
He's in the box.
Quite clear, you hear that from home plate umpire Bryden Wells. We finish, we're going to do the thank you. Of course, our healthcare workers, fantastic for the work they've done in protecting us from COVID. We're very, very grateful, and it's important we get that out there. Thank you so much for your service. We're all appreciative, not just here at the ballpark, but around the country, of, as Auntie Jacinta says, the team of 5 million. Caldicott with a big swing here. Big opportunity for Hawke's Bay right now, Will.
Yeah, 1 down, runners 1 and 2.
No balls, 2.
And they're in the heart of their order. If there ever was a time for Hawke's Bay, this is right where they need to score a run here.
Caldicott chases a rise ball. Slaughter gets out of jail just a little bit there.
Strike 3 out, number 2.
Brody boys, remember I caught up with him before the match, said he's been tearing it off the cover. That's the ball.
Yeah, you might have, I think Tane Slaughter Max might have overheard you there, because last time he got struck out on 3 change-ups.
3 change-ups.
So let's see if he gets a hard down ball or up ball here.
I'm picking Bodie boys to do some damage here. First one's a rise ball hard. He's got the change up in the back of his mind. Be yourself, that's what they say. Change up, and it's called on the outside edge.
And a change up on the corner.
No balls, 2.
For strike, Lord strike, 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Back against the wall now, boys. 2 down here. Runners at 1 and 2. Woon and Pukitapu. Low lifter through the kitchen sink. Tane Slaughter's got ice in his veins. That's a good strikeout. Nullifies the threat. 2 runners left stranded. Boy, oh boy, we'll get ourselves a ball game. I don't know if you can pick it. Pretty hard, this one. Auckland will have an opportunity, though, in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
At Pack and Save, we're always looking for ways to cut costs and save you money. So we're taking all the yellow out of this ad. Hit it, guys! Yeah, that might be a bit much. Can we put a little... That's better. Pack and Save, our policy, New Zealand's lowest food prices.
Third baseman number 28, Campbell, Eagle Cup.
Campbell and Oka, Connor Peter and Thomas and Oka. 1, 2, 3 for Auckland here. Bottom of the 6 innings. Adam Woon has been wheeling and dealing. His starting catcher, Tobias McKesey, through this one. Hawke's Bay playing the best game they've played this week. They've played some outstanding matches, but this has been high level.
Yeah, saving the best till the last round robin here, Hawke's Bay. Really taking it to this Auckland team. Only one hit given up, which was a controversial one in the bottom of the 5th inning, so see what they can do here. Auckland have Anoka, Peden and Thomas Anoka. This is Campbell up to bat.
Hawke's Bay will, depending on how they finish this match, will play in a grading match at the end of it tomorrow. There'll be one game for them there. But they can take a lot away from this tournament, Will. First tournament back into the first time back in the NFC for a couple of years in hiatus. And boy, have they played some good softball, and nothing better than prime time here. This match up against Auckland.
Yeah, Diamond 1 against Auckland on the last night. It's always going to be not an easy feat, but yeah, like I said, they're really taking it to Auckland here. Their defence has been really sharp, and they're getting runners on base. Not able to execute, but last game we saw their short game worked as well. So it's just slowly building. Hawke's Bay putting the pressure on. We see Twigden's warming up still, so see what happens. They've got the bottom of the 6th here, Auckland, to see if they can drive in a run and get 3 more outs, but the way Woon's thrown, he's not letting anyone on base.
Just one hit on the day against Adam Woon. One for Ben and Oka, in my mind. I had a question mark over it.
Campbell and Oka today, a strikeout in the 1st. Lined out to centre field in the 3rd inning. Got a good bit of bat on it, but the centre fielder, Pukitapu, made a great play over the shoulder. And a great fight here from Woon and Anoka to lead off the bottom of the 6th innings, 3-2.
Adam Woon with some good genuine pace. Just on the international level, it's the late 20s, 120s. He's in the late 110s or teens. But his style, he gets down the track. By the time he lets go of the boys, not a lot of meterage left. And that can be quite deceiving at the moment. And there you go. I mean, Cameron Anoka's an international star, and he just got struck out right here, right now.
He really leaps down the track when he comes at you. You see the likes of Chapman and Ben Watts really throw themselves at the batters, and Woon does that too. And he's really throwing a great game here.
I'll tell you what, the pitching block we talked a little bit about this week, well, it suits pitchers like Adam Woon, that's for sure.
Here comes Connor Peden up to bat. He's 2 walks in the game so far. See if he can get on base for a 3rd time here. Auckland really need something to start the bottom of the 6th here. They need a spark.
They're very steady with the strike zone as Connor Peden. Number 1 fan to our right side for Hawke's Bay has been vocal the whole way through, and isn't that great too?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it at the ballpark here, and why not? They'll all win the bottom of the 6th.
He's got a good team to cheer for, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Not one to pick out names, but it is a young tongue at all, and good on him too.
2 balls, 1.
This little peeky poo down the line for Hawke's Bay, and I see the coach, Luke Woon, quite an accomplished player himself, just warming up with a bat. So maybe a pinch hit opportunity in the top of the 7th for the coach.
Yeah, who better than yourself?
Yeah.
When you're in charge of the lineup,
Uh-huh.
top of the 7th in a 0-all ball game, I might swing a bat myself here, thanks.
Peden,
Swing and a miss.
just heavy rise ball on the inside edge. He thought he could drive that and he didn't even touch it. That'll fill up the count though. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
121 k's per hour that last pitch, up and in.
Lifting a little extra.
Hard to catch up to up there.
Tries the same spot. This one's a little flatter and a little further inside. Peden, 3 of them in a row here for him. They're all walks.
Second baseman number 20.
Auckland, player coach is Nathan Nukunuku, but Dion Nukunuku, older brother, in here assisting this week. He's a mastermind too. You just see him pulling the troops, wants to have a chat. Come up with a strategy. He knows this game is in the balancing beam at this point as Nathan had come out there to talk to them as well. They'll have a strategy here. 1 out.
Interesting to see when Nathan came out onto the diamond. He has got a helmet on, so he is
Getting ready to hit.
prepping himself. coming
Coaches
to the
looking to
ball
put
game.
themselves in.
Second baseman number
Both very good hitters, Nathan Nukunuku and Luke Woon. That'll be Thomas and Oka first. Peden down at first base. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No score. Adam Woon starts with a rise ball up. Drop ball. Overthrown. Back to the fence from McKee seat. To be fair, mislocation. That'll allow Peden to go down to second base in scoring position. So the equation a little easier for Auckland now. Single will really put the outfield at pressure. We look at right field. Zurcher is super deep. No way he'll be able to throw him out at home plate. Pukitapu, smidge on the deep side, and Green at left field. Way too deep to throw out Peden at home plate.
Yeah, Peden a lot of wheels too. Anything that hits the grass, we'll see Dion send them, I'm sure.
One out.
With 1 out here, so even a deep fly ball into the outfield, we might see Peden go to 3 on a tag up.
Yeah, we see with 3 balls here, they're not going to take a risk with Thomas and Oka. They'll give him a free pass. And that's clever play too. The base is open, they're going to force play now. And in this case, Adam Woon would have had to come in with 3 straight strikes. Against an extra hitter like Thomas and Oka, you're going to pay. So a good move strategy-wise to put him on bag here. Just listen into the change here. Looks like we'll bring in the player coach Nathan Nukunuku. Will.
Yeah, here he comes like he's done so many times before.
Auckland substitution. Better 5, 14 out, 48 in.
Now there you go. You heard it from the umpire himself there. Number 14 will come out, Reese Evans.
You right, guys?
Player coach Nathan Nukunuku will come in to hit here.
So many times he's done this before, especially in that fast 45 we saw him all the time
Yeah.
when the power play was on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't afford to walk someone because there's 2 bases that he's brought himself in. So same thing again here with 1 down, runners on 1 and 2. See what he can do.
With them coming in with those opportunities, how did he not get the most RBIs? I know why. Because Cole Evans was on his team. That guy was insane that week. Wow. Nathan Nukunuku. First pitch he sees from Adam Woon was on the corner. Drop ball in for a strike. Nathan Nukunuku just named 30 for 30. Most 30 influential Māori athletes in the last 30 years in the Māori Sports Awards. Outside edge, 2 in a row.
Yeah, and when we saw Nathan come in for a pinch hit, just see Jacob Zurcher drop right back
No
to the
balls,
fence.
2.
There's no chance of getting Peden at home if there's a play out to right field. So we'll just look to see Nathan just push one into shallow right field here, score a run.
Set and ready. Straight at him. Coming forward, can't grab it. Eddie Johns mopped up by Woon. Woon didn't even bother about throwing a waste pitch. Wish went straight at Nuku. That's Kanones right there, isn't it?
It sure is for the runner in that situation. Runner on 2, 1 down.
Anything else?
Did well to get himself a ground ball. Sets himself up now for the double play up the middle or the home to 1 play.
Would have been tough to get a double play, I suppose, but he was coming forward for that ball. Short hop when he got to him, couldn't quite grab it. Eddie Johnson would have been an exceptional throw at 1 to get him out anyway. But they'll re-enter Reese-Evans to run for Nuku at first base. He's back in the ball game.
Yeah, that's a great play when you've got the in charge of the lineup card. Get on base. Hey, Reese, mate, back in on 1.
Taxi.
I don't run.
Taxi. I'll take the check and leave now.
Alphonse tonight has lined out a great hard shot to the second baseman in the second innings, and he popped up to the first baseman in the 4th innings. So loaded bases here with 1 down. See if Woon can get himself a double play ground ball. The infield's playing right up here.
Alfonso Venikovas. Catch up with him. Green and Games told him about Tracy Torpia told me about his tight playing pants. About 3 sizes too small. I wondered that if he'd maybe missed the cut and all the other pants had gone. Inside out swing will go foul. Torpia though, informed me no, he chose them himself. Wanted to go for the tidy whiteys. Well, then caught up with Alfonso between the games just before this one, as I said.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Is it true? He says, yeah, man. So what? I guess you're trying to bring it back. And I suppose you can if you can.
He does have great calves, Alphonse.
Big swing. Right up the middle there.
One ball, 2.
Adam Woon just rears white back. Boy, is he playing out of his skin here. Auckland are feeling the wrath. Still a loaded bases opportunity. Still Auckland with all the chance to break it open.
Big at bat here. Adam Woon versus Beninoka. 2 down, loaded bases, 0-all ball game in the bottom of the 6th. This is Auckland's best chance all day to score.
Big moment in the game for sure. Well, big moment in the game. Not one better. Number 89, of course, done it so many times before. First pitch though, right down the middle of the engine. Boy, this Adam Woon just doesn't fear any of these players, does he? He goes straight at them.
Yeah, he doesn't matter who's in front of him. He says, I'm going at you.
Inside out swing, looking for the gap, and it's lost in the sun. He would have got a hit anyway, and he does it like he's done so many times before. Beninoka, and drives that one to the outfield, and Adam Woon sinks a little bit on the mound here. As 2 runs coming for the Aucklanders, now lead 2-0.
Yeah, that first pitch he threw him was right down the middle, and Ben would have been sitting on a drop ball again. Got one on the inside, managed to throw his hands at it. Dropped just in front of the right field. I think the sun got him there. Got it on the hop, but not in time to score 2 runs. 2-0, bottom of the 6th.
Professional hitting, to be fair, from Enoka. Inside out swing. Derek Jeter, to be fair.
Just down.
He just drove that into the gap. Hope it's the first scoring of this match. It's been exceptional. I did mention earlier that shadow across the diamond when it goes in the light, and now you can see there's a full, the shadows are gone. makes it easier for the hitter. This is when things normally start to happen.
Yeah, I see the right field would have liked that to happen about 30 seconds
Yeah.
ago.
Hard hit ball. This is when things start to happen, and they normally happen large. One into the bottom of the fence.
Two man, Dave, you
In
got
comes
him,
the
Dave.
third. In comes the fourth. He will stand up. Max Early, the young catcher, with a stand-up triple here in the bottom of the 6th innings. Auckland double the score 4-0.
Max Early.
Right.
Well, it looked like it was gone off the bat, to be fair. There's a bit of wind up there,
Yeah.
but hits the bottom of the fence off the full. That's a great shot in this situation. And showed good wheels too for a catcher to get all the way around to 3. Wheels just like his dad.
2 down rally for Auckland. 4 runs in it. Zeth Gibson swings over the top of that one. No one up in the bullpen. No one knew it was going to go like this with 2 outs. Adam Wern's gone so well. Gave up a hit to Beninoka. It came off the glove of Tarangi Shadwick at second base for the first hit of the ball game. Questionable whether
No
it should be
balls,
ruled an error, and the no-hitter was still intact up until then. Pass ball. Not coming in Oka.
Yeah, Noka back on third for Max Early. The 2 down catcher all in force. So hit a triple and jump in the dugout, son. Put your gears back on. We're going out for 3 outs for the ball game.
Yeah. You got a feel for Adam Wern on the hill here, Will. Outstanding performance.
We got 2.
He's done out there
Two,
for Hawke's
two.
Bay and kept them right in this ball game, and just they've had opportunities to score to get the lead as well. I'm not saying the game's over. They'll get a chance at the top of the 7th, Hawke's Bay. There's only 4 runs in it, and he'll throw that one over in time. With a round of applause from the crowd, Hawke's Bay really putting up a good fight here. And it's Beninoka that breaks it open. Goes in a couple more here. Auckland post up 4 in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back. Can Hawke's Bay come back?
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody, and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hawke's Bay need a reply here. 4 runs
Second
behind
baseman Tarangi.
after an exceptional batting display by Auckland in the bottom of the 6th innings. Pitching duel, Will Littlejohn joining me in commentary here. Jason Gurby's okay chopper.
Yeah, that's on there.
Through this one, Tane Slaughter, Adam Wern have been outstanding against each other, haven't they? 2 pitches.
Yeah, they have. They've really stood up, these 2 young pitchers on the mound today. All the difference is there is a few walks and then 2 hits in crucial moments from 2 clutch players. With Beninoka and young Max Early
Max
coming
Early.
up clutch.
Fantastic hit. Almost
on.
went yard. If it wasn't with that wind blowing in tonight, it would have gone yard. Tarangi Chadwick, Tobias McKessie and Hawani Crawford. And Chadwick, perfect. Just what the doctor ordered and he needed. Drives that one to centre field, gets down to first base.
Tried to change up there, Slaughter. It's been working for him well today, Slaughter and Early, but maybe just 1 too many there. Hung it out, and great hands there from Chadwick. Holding hands back, ripping it up the middle.
McKessie, mixed bag today, flying out to left field both times.
Chopper, I see the Wellington coach Warren Stoddart down there. I'm sure he would have loved, I'm sure he'd like Hawke's Bay to win this, but there's nothing scarier than coming off Auckland in a game they've just lost.
Good point. Well played. Well called. Good throw by third baseman Kamalanoko over his brother. Gets the lead runner out of second base. Keeps the double play intact here to finish the ball game. One in Crawford, son of Katie's. Great prop for Hawke's Bay.
Time.
Time called here.
8 for 20, please.
8 out, 20 in. You got 20 in the other way around, you're talking. Other way around, 20 out.
So 20 out. 8 in, fine, my pleasure.
There you go. Looks like we're going to have a base runner for
Hawke's Bay, substitution, better seven.
McKessie out of first base, and coming into the ball game will be in shirt number 8 for Hawke's Bay. That'll be Jason Kelleher.
Let's go better.
Looking for a bit of gas. Hawke's Bay going to stay in the game here. They've got 2 outs to play with. We've seen stranger things happen in the game of softball.
Oh.
Slaughter sat a little long in the bottom of the 6th innings while Auckland posted on those runs. Also, the first innings he's had the pitch with no sunglasses on. Grooves, another low lifter though. Hawke's Bay down to their last strike with only 2 outs to go here. Drop balls. Too good, it's a pick off. Pinch runner Kelleher just caught napping at first base. And just like that, that'll do the ball game here. An outstanding performance, a pitcher's duel between Adam Woon from Hawke's Bay and Tane Slaughter from Auckland. They dominated the game all the way through until that bottom of the 6th innings. And then Ben Anoka does what Ben Anoka does. Unfortunately for Adam Woon, but you've got to tip your cap to Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, I'll definitely be proud of their efforts here coming up against Auckland on the last game of the round robin on Diamond 1. And for 5 innings there it was scored. So great effort from Hawke's Bay. Adam Woon chucked a hell of a game. Tobias McKessie was great behind the dish. They got runners on base, they got hits, they put the ball in play. They made it hard on Auckland, they didn't make it easy. But in the end it's fitting that young Max Early takes the last out with a pick-off because it was him and Ben Anoka that came up clutch when it mattered.
Indeed. Of course, yes, Max Early, big hit from insurance run time then, wasn't it? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do us here for game number 43. Thank you for watching. It's been great to have you along for it. Of course, the big one coming up next, the semi-final. That's between Auckland and, of course, our other finalists will be in that one.
Auckland Wellington in the semi.
There you go. Just making sure my co-commentators are on the same
Wellington
page as
semi
me.
Diamond 1. North Harbour Canterbury will be over on Diamond 2.
Exactly. I said it'll start at 8 o'clock. It's 20 to 8 now, so maybe a smidge before it. We'll go and reset, get everything going. On behalf of the crew here at Ballpark Broadcasting on Sky Sport Next, I'd like to thank you for your attendance. Simon Watson doing the video switching, and young Rain Stillwell doing the graphics for us on that one. Adrian Royal assisting with the crew, and of course, well, look, John, I've been Jason Gubis, aka Chopper. We'll see you all next time.